Obviously, my opening statement is I'm really grateful to be able to coach another day. I'm very grateful to be able to experience the things I get to experience with these young women. And my thoughts and prayers, and it's just staggering to think about our loss in Kobe Bryant and his daughter and the other people that were on that helicopter. And I just had to tell the team, and there's just no words. There's no words that make it any better. And I'm just deeply saddened, and it really affected these people. And my response as a leader is to make sure I cherish every day and relish every opportunity, because the next one isn't promised. So I'd be remiss if I didn't start there. I also would be remiss if I didn't give major credit to the job that Cammie's doing with Washington State. I think she's an excellent coach, and I think we're really lucky as a conference that she's taking over that program. She's gonna make it go there, and so they've done a nice job. And I do think we grew, and that's been my big challenge to our team. There was a part in the fourth quarter that I thought we lost focus, but as a whole, I thought our start was much more aggressive. I thought our togetherness to execute the game plan was better. I think we made some strides, and we still have a long ways to go.
Coach, obviously defensively you were really good at starting the game. Offensively, maybe not so much. What were your thoughts kind of going into that?
Well, it's interesting. They really did what I wanted them to do in terms of get into the paint and attack early downhill. We just were taking too many contested shots. So we would beat our own, but our reading of the second line and getting that kick out to get an easier post seal or an easier uncontested shot. We were just really taking too many contested shots, but I liked the aggression. Where I was disappointed the other night that we just passed it around the perimeter and played very passively. So I thought I liked the growth in terms of getting downhill, but I didn't like our decision making once we collapsed their defense. And so we really challenged them the second half is how many easy shots can we create for each other? How many uncontested jump shots or post passes inside? I wasn't even as interested of whether or not they went in or not. I really wanted us to grow in our setting and using of screens and our decision making to not settle for contested shot. I wanted to see, I'm going to chart how many contested shots we took in the first half versus how many contested shots we took in the second. And that's got to be something that everybody is going to know each other's offenses. At this point, we know it. But how deliberate, how can you read the defense the best? How can you use your aggression with the knowledge of your personnel? And that's what we got to continue to get better at.
Coach, you mentioned, we all talked about on Friday about playing 40 minutes a game. Do you feel like that was better today?
Better. I would say we maybe got 20% better, maybe 25% better. I thought we were maybe 50% on Friday in terms of our own real mental focus. And I do think we had more consecutive stops. We call them kills. I thought we had more things that we had taken away from them. So I think we'd really, until late, I didn't think Bobby Buckets, as we call her, and Melina, I don't think they could really get into a rhythm, and they rely so much on them. And I think that's because we did have progress in executing the game plan and taking their first and second options away. We know going into this year that we had to be careful, and on these Friday, Sundays are really hard for her, just what she's come back from, and so it's sort of a load management issue. We really want to take a long-term approach to this, so we decided our training staff got together and decided it was just not wise. I did right before, we went back in the national anthem, and I found out probably right before we came out at the 5-minute mark.
Did you not say anything to them?
No, I didn't say anything to them. So they didn't. I think they didn't know until right after they went into the locker room after the game.
I think I was just making just reads based on how the defense was playing me. My teammates do a good job of finding me in open space, and I'm able to get deep steals on their post players and be able to score in that way. Rebounding is pretty important to me and just the team. I know Coach Cori was telling me that she wants me to get 1 rebound every 3 minutes that I play. So I really just try to focus on that, and I know that like on defense, that's how it starts for me, so that'll get like my offense going.
What was your reaction like when you heard that news?
I think it's obviously devastating. I mean, he was a basketball legend, but just have prayers to his family, and there's not really much else I have to say.
Coach, I think you mentioned it after the game. You guys have a really tough stretch coming up. Where do you feel like your team is entering this really kind of team-defining stretch?
Yeah, I think, we're going to find out. I think that you have to have the right mindset going in. And I think the mindset has to be that this is going to demand our best. This is going to demand growth. This is going to demand focus. And isn't that great? That's what we want. That's why we came here. And so I have really been saying, I've been looking forward to this stretch for a long time. And because it's going to tell me exactly as a coach where we are. And it's going to demand players to step up, and we're going to have to get tougher. We're going to have to get more together. We're going to have to grow in things we've been talking about. And, that's how, I know this is going to sound really cheesy, but, that's how gold is refined, right? It gets heated up, and sort of your weaknesses or the junk rises to the top, and then you scrape that off, and then you heat it up, and then, you just keep getting better, and that's how the gold gets to be purified. Well, we want to be heated up, and we want to know exactly where our weaknesses are, and then we're going to scrape that thing off, and we're going to get more purified as a team, and we're going to keep moving forward. And I know that sounds silly, but you can't run from the heat. You gotta relish what the heat is going to reveal and how you're going to be able to deal with that as a response. And so I'm going to find out a lot about my team. They're going to find a lot about themselves, and I am very confident that we will grow in our toughness, our togetherness, and our focus.
Coach, you mentioned going looking back, the contested shot, the open shot. What was your take on the three-point shooting today?
Well, 0 for 15 wasn't really what I was going for, but I think that we've sort of been this up and down. We didn't shoot it well in the non-conference season. Then we shot it really well for our first 5 games. And, we were, I think, number 1 in the conference in three-point shooting going into the SC game, and now we've hit a little skid a little bit that way. But I think that's why you don't put your anchor there. And I think that's why you try to build your offense, that we have each other's back. And we try to get 45% of the misses on offense and over 75% of the misses on defense. And I don't know what it was the second half, but the first half we got that. And, I think that obviously we're going to do whatever we can to put our players in possessions to make shots and to be our best. And everything in the game comes easier when you make three-point shots because it spreads the floor, all those things that we all know. But we're not going to be a team that lives by the 3 and dies by the 3. Our anchor is our defense, getting more possessions than the other team, getting to the free throw line. We try to make more free throws than the other team attempts every single game. We chart those things, passion plays, doing the intangible things, all the things that are more under your control. And so, the tale of all the three-point shooting is hard, but that's exactly why we don't build our productivity solely on that. Yeah, we got a lot of really good looks. Yeah, I think that the main thing is we really want looks that come not from swings around the perimeter as much as inside-out passes off of an offensive rebound, post feed and coming out, dribble penetration, kick out. Your feet are set, your shoulders are square. Those are high percentage shots, but I don't think we had too many that didn't come from that way. I can remember maybe 1 or 2, but for the most part, and I like that we only shot 15. The reality is sometimes we've been like, well, let's just keep throwing them up there. But I think that took some discipline. Let's keep attacking the paint. Let's move the ball 1 more pass. Let's see if we can get the ball inside. And I do think Lauren Miller did a really good job tonight. She was very active in a lot of ways, had one of her better games, especially from a rebounding standpoint.